Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge table lamp called the Simple Lines on a Round Base. This is the 262072. I have one right here, so there's a lot to look at, lots of parts to talk about. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself, and that's going to be including the harp. This is the harp that goes onto it, and you're going to notice there's a parts bag, and the parts bag that's going to come with this is going to have some paperwork. It's going to have a harp like this. It's going to have a finial like this. This is what keeps your shade on at the very top, and you basically take the harp, you kind of, these little cups will kind of fall right out. You squeeze it a little bit, and there's little prongs right here and right here in the lamp itself. You align them up, let the little cups fall, and you're good to go. So the overall height on this is going to be 27 inches to the top. The diameter of this is really the shade itself, and that's going to be 16 inches. The base on this is coming in at 6. So the bottom of it has felt, so we know that. Cord is black, or a very dark finish anyway, for what we expect. And why don't we talk about the shade itself. So we'll put that off to the side for a second. It's going to be using Hubbardton Forge's 16-inch conic shade. That's what's going to come with this. It's got a black spider at the top. And this hardware that goes onto this harp and the finial is going to be the same finish as the fixture in the choose your finish category there. But the harp and the socket are coming in at a gunmetal gray. It's a little alliteration there. Okay, so let's talk about this. So we're talking about a 16-inch shade. It's going to be available only in natural white Anna, which is -48. That's a true white, so it's going to let a lot of light through. It's going to be a neutral, so you actually are going to be focusing more on the lamp itself, not so much the shade. And the inside of this is going to be white as well. This is a heavy white plastic, and the whole idea of that is it lets light through, but it's going to let light bounce around and down too, so onto your book or whatever you guys are doing. Okay, moving on. Why don't we talk about the size of the shade? So we've got the bottom of the 16, we know that already. The top is 6.5 inches in diameter, and it's going 10.5 up the slope. So that's our shade story. Why don't we talk about a couple other quick things on this. 5 pounds, so it's pretty substantial. I doubt your cat is going to knock it over. Harp on this, like I said before, goes on pretty simple. The recommended bulb for this is going to be an A19, and your only limitation with LEDs is what can I get into this harp. However, we'll talk about the socket really quickly. It's a dimmable fixture. There's a circuit built inside of this housing, and this is a socket that actually has a, oh, there we go, click it on, and it goes up, and click it off. So it's basically a dimmer that's built into the socket. Okay, it's not a three-way socket like the old time, because incandescents use those three-way sockets. LEDs are going to use these dimmers. So there you go. Okay, moving to bulbs. Let's talk about A19s. This is a recommended bulb size, and this kind of goes back in time to before LEDs. This is the same size bulb that we all grew up with, an A19. So that goes in pretty simple. Let's put one in. And this is kind of the first generation of LED bulbs. This is the second generation, which are going to be called phosphorus, and they have little lines running through them. They're both going to work fine, easy to get. Goes in like that. See all the space up there? You've got probably a ½ inch to an inch and a quarter to play with. So when you go for incandescents, you can go up to 150 watts. You'll see that listed, and that's because of the heat generated by an incandescent bulb, the old-timey bulbs we had before. And those were the three ways that were prevalent in these kind of things. However, what you can use in this is you can go up a little bit. So we'll take this one. This is an A20. So an A20 will fit in this too. Look at that. You've got tons of room in there to get that in. So that goes in. Still nice room left over. This A20 I can find up to almost a 200 watt equivalent if I really go look hard out in the marketplace. So that would probably be online. If I'm in a hardware store like Ace or Lowe's or True Value or any of those kind of places, I'm probably going to find this up to 150 watt equivalent. These little guys easily find 40 watt equivalent, 60 watt equivalent, 75 watt equivalent. Those are going to be everywhere. 100 watt equivalents are going to be at hardware stores, and then I have found this 150 watt equivalent, this guy, at a Walmart in Vermont. So if I can find it, you can find it. And it was dimmable too, which is really good. And the color temperature that I like to use all the time, which we'll talk about next. Anyway, getting back to this. So we know that you can get a ton of light out of this. This will deliver an amazing amount of lumens. This will light an entire room. So you're pretty much all good there. Now we talk about color temperature of the light, because that's going to be important. We talk about it in every video. They're going to offer this to you in lots of different ways. 2700 Kelvin is going to be super yellow, like a setting sun. They're also going to offer these LEDs to you out in the marketplace as daylight. And daylight sounds like it should be warm. Don't be fooled. That's going to be that blue-white light like an overcast day or like a hospital waiting room light. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is this nice warm light coming down on my hands. This is 3,000 Kelvin. So this is warm white, soft white, and you'll see that there too. So my choice would actually be either one of these is going to be fine. I would probably do the A19 just because they're easy to get. You can find them at your grocery store at this point, and drugstores even sell these. And I would probably get maybe a 60 to a 75 watt equivalent to start off with, a warm white one. And very important, make sure it's dimmable and it says so right on that box. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below. So scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart. So you can click on dark smoke. You can click on soft gold. Doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.